Hi. So the something strange happened recently. In the past, like few days or so, I suddenly felt better, and like like clear headed, and then slowly, uh, these nasty people that are putting the voices in my head started coming back. Like they started causing pains again, making it hard for me to think. um, telling me what to do, what to buy, what to say. And then if I do comply, they'll like mock me afterwards sometimes. If I think that actually, that actually sounds like, but yeah, that sounds like, I don't know. Anyway, um, blah, blah, blah. So, um, yeah, they're still claiming to be like soldiers. They're saying I'm in some kind of program. Oh, this is another interesting thing. When I became clear-headed, that I made a previous video where I mentioned that in school, um, I signed like a contract, and I specifically read on the thing that it said. That's the thing. I don't remember now. I don't remember specifically reading what it was. I don't even know what I had for breakfast that day. How am I going to know what is on a piece of paper? You know. What I do recall though is that I didn't have a clue what it was about. They wouldn't let me read it. And yeah, I said I didn't want to sign it. And then they handed it to um, my head of year, who it sounded like started signing it. And then this one of them said to me, um, one of the soldiers said to me, he said, "Oh, that's your life, son." And I thought, well, you know what? Whatever this is, I don't want, because I didn't get along with this woman. She was just nasty to me, just completely out of order, like, and I didn't want her to be the one, doing that. And when they brought it back to me, there was nothing on it. And then I thought, because I've agreed now to do it, because I used to, be like abused at home and that, and I was abused at a school that I went to, and I was bullied quite badly. I was scared. You know, I thought if I didn't sign this, something awful would happen to me, and hmm, I remember being afraid afterwards, wondering what it was all about. But anyway, that's the way like these people, uh, these I mean, whoever these people are that are contacting me, that's the way they're controlling me. They're making me think that I'm remembering things in the past, and it's actually, I don't. It's actually things that they're putting in my head. It's not things that were in my head. And I've had this to a more extreme extent, since this started, in 2019, where yeah, 2019, where I've been like thinking of a past event, trying to remember what happened, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't remember this. What's this? And it's just been getting further and further, just more absurd things. to the until the point where I barely remember what I originally remembered, or don't remember at all. Just this crap that they've put in my head. Um, Something interesting as well. I was putting up a Christmas tree. I'll show you. And because I like Christmas, and I was happy. I was humming to myself, and I was putting on a film, and then all of a sudden I started feeling pain in my head, and I remember back to when all this started in 2019. I was content. I was happy, and like the things these voices have been saying to me, it's like they've been saying like in earlier this year, like in January and that, or like February. I swear they were like, we don't want him happy or something. We or yeah, that was it. When I was feeling happy, they were like shouting me in my head, going, "Get down, get down." I mean, it's pretty sadistic. Well, I mean, it's pretty nasty. I mean, but I mean, who knows what sort of person does this sort of thing? Um, they said that gosh, they've been talking like this, like spooks, like spies, and they've been saying that they're gonna jab me in the chest with a nerve agent, like with something with a nerve agent on it in town, or like they're gonna get a soldier, like to run up to me in the street, or someone who's trained in the military to come up to me in the street and like attack me. It's like stab me with a knife, like in the neck or something. Um, they keep telling me to be at peace with it and just accept it. And then, like, if I complain about it, they're like, "Oh, get stronger." So they're basically just telling me to stop being emotional about it and just accept them torturing me, which is pretty sick. Um, Gosh, they've been going on about aliens. Um, they've been going on about Noah's Ark. Um, they've been going on about they've been going on about saying that I'm in a sap. Uh, and now one of them's just said special access program. That's what this guy. There's this one guy. He sounds like a northerner, like he's from Yorkshire. Um, and yeah, he just said that. And you know what the twisted thing is? Like like one of the really twisted things was I was getting in the shower, and he was like, "Look at you, you're naked. Like, look at you, you got no clothes on." And like, when I'm getting changed, they'll comment like on my body and stuff. And then there's another thing. In January, right, that same guy, that same voice, they were discussing like what it seemed like what it seemed like what they were planning on doing to me, right? And that northerner guy, he went, "Oh, what about his looks?" And obviously I've been non-stop stressed, because well, almost non-stop stressed. Um, I've had like a few moments of relief, like I don't know. It's strange. Like some points, or even when I'm walking through town, certain areas, like the voices will diminish. Um, and my mind's going blank. They keep asking me how I feel, and but yeah, I mean, like I think stressed, and then they've started like, and that like, so that's made me like look older because of stress, and I think that was their plan. Because like throughout the year, I remember them saying to me, "You're old before your time," and I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm a 30-year-old man. I look my age." And they were like, "You'll look worse. You'll look worse in the future." They threatened me with brain death again. I don't know if I mentioned this, that they did something to my heart in January 2019. I felt um, like a sharp sort of like a burning sensation in my chest, along with like I felt like there was something in there, like like I'd been stabbed with something. And since then, my heart on and off has been hurting, and it's the same with my head. And then they threatened me with brain hemorrhages, saying I'm going to be paralyzed on my left side. They threatened me with heart attacks. Um, hmm. I've learned the best thing to do is to, not to just not to not listen to these people, to not let them tell me what to do, to do what I want to do. And like they try constantly. Like I've noticed, like when I'm feeling like emotional and vulnerable, they'll try and get me to talk about how I feel, and it's like that. I think that it's like they're building some kind of psychological model to learn about me and how to like torture me more. And they attack as well when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling depressed about something, when something bad happens, they'll go on the attack. Or when I'm feeling unsure about something, they'll go on the attack. They're not happy now because I've just felt like some sharp pain like there. Um, Also, they keep like I've always been worried about death and stuff as a kid, and I think they use that because they constantly talk about fate. They claim to have all these powers and stuff and abilities, and they talk about like death and how like this means death or your fate. Oh, nobody ever survives this and blah blah blah. Um, it's just a control method. It's rubbish. Um, they said I was going to be arrested for wearing like this combined with that tinfoil hat thing that I made with the like magnets in it, because it's interfering or something. But I mean, that's quite ironic. I mean, that's quite hypocritical of them because, well, they're interfering with me. They're doing something obviously illegal, and well, yeah, it's like the abused person, the abuser complaining to the abused person when the abused person starts to fight back. um but I'm getting better. I bought some new clothes, and I bought a Wraith Knight, Eldari Wraith Knight, Warhammer figurine to paint. Not sure what paint scheme I'm gonna go with. I've never actually painted one of these Warhammer figurine, these models. Um, Maybe something like kind of green or cyan. Um, mm, what else? They said they've got pictures of like all my where I've been living. Like they broke in and they took pictures of where I was living. And when I was living with my family, they apparently they've been like this group or whatever. They've been like targeting me for like years, and they took pictures of where I was living, and they apparently they were trying to because I noticed something interesting at certain uh, points, certain times. I've noticed that I'll get a flood of images in my head that are like really like grotesque and just bizarre, and this been going on for years. And I think potentially like I think before the voices came into my head, and they're saying that they were trying to turn me into a transgender as well. Um, and the stuff they've been saying, like trying to get me to try cuckolding and telling me to, sleep with members of the same sex. Uh, what else? Just things that if I wanted to do those things, I'd be doing them. And what else? God, I don't even talk about it. But they're telling me to do some twisted things, like just some weird things. I mean, they told me to attack people. I mean, whoever these people are, they do not care about the common person. Oh, and you know what? One of the favorite terms to use is shunting. It's like, we're shunting you. We're shunting you. And then there's this one guy called Harold, and he claimed to be a lord at first, and then he claimed to be a chaplain. And now then he was a psychologist. Um, then he was a Freemason, and then he was a Christian, and then he was a Mormon. But anyway, like this guy, like when I had that stroke-like sensation, when I had that, it felt. I mean, I didn't. I thought you didn't feel strokes, but this thing, like I felt sheer panic. So and I couldn't catch my breath, and then a sharp sting, like sharp stab of pain, and then all this warmth spreading, and then it's difficult to lift my limbs. It was difficult to lift my arms, like they felt heavier, heavier to lift. They didn't respond very well, and after that, my sense of perception of the world around me. These people, they call it object permanence. Um, that changed, but it's gotten better recently. I did start praying, but that guy, that Harold guy, or Howard, like he tried to co-opt it because I've been sort of I started to pray like in the beginning, I mean, I've prayed all my life, like not often, but but these people that they like try to pretend to be like figures of authority, and they try and co-opt anything positive, anything that gives you strength, and they're like, I started praying. Who knows? Maybe that's why I got better. You um, I mean the praying, but yeah, he kept telling me to say the Lord's Prayer like at seemingly like random times, and to say prayers, like personal prayers. Um, but yeah, I also felt a bit sort of wobbly today, like I was almost getting sort of knocked around a bit, but like I was perfectly still. It's kind of like being on a platform that's like wobbling like that, but just that sensation, but you're perfectly still. Um, and in the past, they've said that that means there's damage to my cerebellum. Um, but I mean, these people, I don't know who they think they are. I mean, I think but for instance, they've pretended to be like lords, royals, celebrities, and for me personally, loved ones, family members. They've even put the sounds that my pets make like in my head, and like I just wonder, like if like these people, who are well known, and like lords, celebrities, and royals, like, if they knew that this group were like impersonating the things that they were doing in their name, like how they would feel. Now, I hope that that one day this group is exposed and people learn, what they've done, because I predict that those people who they've been impersonating will, they'll start, campaigning essentially to well, bring them to justice, and yeah, well, get them punished. Um, but yeah, I've noticed that they're laying off me because they can't. They're commenting on what I'm doing, and I've noticed that they trying to intimidate me by like when they're like planning things and reacting to my thing. Like they always try to like come pretend that they're coming out on top. Like they'll celebrate like randomly when I've done something to imply that I've done something that helps them. But really, all they're doing is just making me think that. They just celebrate. Um, it's just a psychological uh a psychological tactic. But yeah, I've just been ignoring them, and it's working. And they really don't like me taking like vitamins and stuff as well. And I'm gonna keep doing that as well. And I think I think if you're watching, you should take vitamins, and so, like supplements and stuff. Um, pray, pray to whoever you believe in. Um, don't listen to these voices, and have hope, because I remember distinctly at one point I was sitting on a train in January, and that man, that the northerner man, said to me, to someone, I can't work with him if he has hope. Have hope. Well, Please subscribe if you haven't already, and goodbye for now.